Police are here.
Hey everybody, what is up? We're here with Ross Says What and Officer Juice. We are ready for a good time tonight. How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Long day.
Oof, I can imagine. Well, we're waiting for people to come on in. I do want to say hi to in the game. Alan, Lori, Lockbox, Choco Dave, Connie, Super Scroll, Mentorship Channel Rimbo, and and everybody in the chat. So, well, to start off, I'm wondering, Ross, can you introduce yourself and where are you from?
I am from Bayside, Queens, New York. I am my channel is originally my channel was Ross Says What Slots. Then we went to Ross Says What. Then we went to the What Squad. Now we're Ross Says What Variety Channel.
Nice. I do wonder, how did you come up with your name, Ross Says What Variety?
Well, variety is the spice of life. And since we do more than just one thing, why not? Because triple double diamond is Simon. We all know that.
Yes.
Because she is the creator of the squad.
Aww.
People when I went to the mall and got my mask made, right? And I forgot the names that I did for the. You remember when we did that? When I was throwing dice with all the people on the table, yes. I finally found all the names.
Aww.
It was like NG, Raja, Dan the Man, Slot Queen, Brian Christopher, me, Slot Lady, and King Jason.
Oh, nice.
So we did like this cartoon, of like all these people that would never come together, that were all at the craps table.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you remember doing that? That was fun.
I remember doing that, and I do have a question. How did you go from playing craps to slots?
Well, let's see. I was doing good at craps. I mean, 1 month I made 30,000, but that's because I used to be a field player. Yes. And what got me into slots was, I was interested because I always liked video games because I have all the systems, and slot machines, even though they could be bad, very bad sometimes. I do have favorites. I mean, I do like SGI very much. I do like Aristocrat. I call it Aristocrat because when I went to their showroom at G2E, they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, but you can't come in until Thursday." I was like, "Why?" You need an appointment. I was like, "What?" I was like, "I went over to the SGI and they hooked you up like with candy and everything."
Nice.
I felt like a kid in a candy store at that G2E. It was like, it blows your mind. All these people walking around in suits and then wearing like T-shirts and stuff, and the people, and then went to Konami, they're like, "No, you can't stream in here." I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Man, come on!" I was like, "You only had one new game out. That was BattleBox." I was like, "You went over to SGI. Those people knew how to treat you right."
Yep. When I went over to Konami, they were go, whoop, no more live streaming.
Yeah. What? I got a little bit of the BattleBox, and then they're like, no. That's why they said in the email before that you could come to their showroom, but I forgot they had a showroom in Vegas that you could do it.
Yes.
Stupid me. Oh well.
Konami.
Simon, you want to tell him why I'm here looking like a officer cop girl?
All right. So the Juice is here. She's here to make sure that things stay in control for the night, and that other trolls and that if anybody stops trolling, they get put in the handcuffs.
That's right. Or even if Ross gets out of control.
I already got the thing.
We also got a referee here to help the juice out.
Thank you so much, Simon. I love him.
You're welcome. I got him at Global Gaming Expo.
Wow. That is wild.
Yeah, that should be my new character in my story.
Yeah, my little caveat here is I gotta say that Ross, you did an outstanding stream while you were in Las Vegas. I mean, you encompassed a lot. You encompassed the food. You encompassed getting your ass whacked at the Heart Attack Grill, just like this thing will do to you if you get out of line. My Billy stick, But I mean, overall, like I said, I think you really did a great job streaming in Vegas.
Yeah, that was hard.
You did some marathon lives there.
Yeah, hard. It's hard to do the marathons when you the first day. Well, I didn't miss my flight the night before, but this makes up for good What Squad live read because it feeds into the story because we have so many characters and so much going on that the story never ends.
Now it only ends in I don't know too much about it because I don't know too much about it. I mean, I know it's very interesting, the story, but am I right that like certain people will fall off, but you'll keep the story going with the people that are left? I mean, tell us a little bit about that story. Can you give us a little snippet, like a little sample of the story now?
Well, the story now is we got pretty much we're in Vegas and pretty much we're going versus the dark side, which is pretty much all like the
anti-rosters.
So it's pretty much like all the whoever was in the original What Squad.
Right.
Most of the original members are not in the squad anymore because they moved on. So we got new members. We got the Gambler, we got Cherry and Strawberry, and we got Lucky Charms. Those are the 4 new people. We don't know who they are yet because right now we're going versus the dark side with the evil dark leader. We're also going versus Mr. and Mrs. Moneybags.
Okay.
And Hungry Slots and Thirsty Slots. Oh, okay. I won the slot challenge. And I tell you, Circa is the worst place to stream.
Oof. What makes Circa a bad place to stream?
The Wi-Fi is horrible.
Oof.
It's about as bad as streaming at the Bellagio or at Aria. I don't know why. Like they make people pay so much money. They must have good Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So now with the story, I do the live read like once a week because it's hard to so much going on with the story. So it's pretty much we left we left Receipt Guy back home in New York because he doesn't take planes. But of the original members still around, we got Fuzzy and me, and then I got those 4 new members. Nobody knows who they are. Plus, I got Peaches and I got Boston Girl. So it's going to be interesting, and then I think eventually it's going to run its course, but not yet, because everything is related to this whole story is evolved around the casino.
Nice.
So until I stop playing the casino, the story continues, and eventually, degenerates versus security will be my my next one I'm going to be doing, which I haven't done yet because I've been working on this. You know.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, Super Squirrel. I think I met him in Vegas.
Aww.
Because you remember that night that Josh put his drink down on my machine at the Cosmo, and I was on Zorro, like it's like kind of like Wild Wild Zorro, and then he's like no, and you guys were good doing the group pool and stuff, and then you're like, and then I was like no, it's okay, and he picks back up, and then I was like collect those coins. I was like, and then like 2 or 3 spins later, what happened?
What happened?
We got the bonus. Sometimes
Super
you gotta
Squirrel is
listen
a
to
great
people.
guy.
Like when
He
they
is
say
such a great guy.
when they say don't stop the reels. Shout out to Easy Life on DDE. I used to hate the game. I used to really hate that game, but I actually do like that game. I like the drums because if you don't have a lot of money, that game could. You never know what could happen with that game. So
Now,
one with the drums.
Yes. What draws you to dancing drums the most?
Well, I never hit a jackpot on that one because that's you remember that Dancing Drums has Dancing Drums always been SGI or were they Williams?
Originally, dancing drums was WMS because you are able to play dancing drums on a Blueboard 3 XD cabinet, which is a Williams cabinet.
Yeah, so the ones at Class 2 are the Williams, and then the newer ones are SGI, which SGI is doing a lot with a lot of the stuff that I saw at G2E, and it's just amazing. Like you feel like a kid in a candy store, like
you do.
You like going to Disney World. Like I've been to Comic-Con San Diego, which is really cool.
Yes.
And I saw the Power Rangers and all that, all the characters and stuff. And I met the girl that does the voice from, South Park, Carmen's girlfriend's voice, the one that was on Beekman's World. I mean, this was before you were born.
I can't even get that song out of my head. Shut your thing, Uncle Smoker. You're a stupid baby. You're yes, we do. Oh, I look like you. Shut your mouth. Yeah, you know that song, right, Ross? I love that song. I got the whole South Park. How do you say? I got the whole South Park series, and I got their magnets on my refrigerator. Simon might know. All Kenny and everybody is the magnets on my refrigerator.
It is the most outlandish yet funny series that is, and I love the fact that they used to use paper stop motion animation, and that's how I found out about Casa Bonita.
Really? That's crazy. I mean, Ross, you've played the South Park machine, right? Like, what do you think about the South Park machine? I don't think the pays are that great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. I do like the one for a boost. I'm addicted to that game.
Yes.
And I do like the bad game very much.
Are you the new king of the bad games, Ross?
The bags, I'm addicted to the bags.
You're just addicted. Who's the queen of the bad game?
Anybody have any guesses?
The queen is Lori.
Yes.
You literally gotta sit on that machine and be tough with it in order to get the triple feature. Well, back in July, when me, Simon, and a whole bunch of us went down to Circa after midnight. That was a wild night. And I got that.
After midnight?
I got that trip.
Yep. After midnight?
After midnight, yes.
Yeah, after midnight.
Okay. Go ahead.
We didn't get back to our hotel room until 5 o'clock in the morning.
It was nuts.
Yeah, it was one hell of a night.
Yep.
It was, and we had pizza. Well, Simon didn't have pizza because because she's gluten free.
Yeah, gluten free.
But we had the pizza from Aria Pizza.
Yeah, Aria Pizza.
Yeah, and it started raining that night. I was like, what the heck is this? I was like, it was raining. I was like, seriously, rain in Vegas? What is this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's nice, to like cool things off a little bit. I mean, but see that, like, is Aria Pizza good or is only Secret Pizza good? I don't know. I've never been to that Secret Pizza place.
Secret Pizza is a lot better than Aria Pizza.
What do you like? What do you like about Secret Pizza? And also in the game, thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. Woo!
Woo!
What I like about Secret Pizza, just the name, and I like the idea that Cosmo sold their property to MGM. So because the Cosmopolitan, their card was in the lower of the top 20 casinos. They were in like I think 14th or 15th, and like in like with their card with givebacks and stuff. So good riddance.
I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, as crazy as this sounds, like I have to agree a little bit. I'm not a huge Cosmo player, and I know their comps are rated like up there in the 1-for-1 category and what they give back to you, and I get that. But unfortunately, I'm an M Life player and a Caesars player. So, for someone like me that's not a monster whale, I will go mash on machines from $2 to $5, $10, $15 a whack. But for them to come together with the MGM may give a low roller like a Minu, like me, a little hope, to be able to stay there finally, without having to go mash there, every stay. So we'll see what happens from it. But I know it sucks probably for, a whale or a long-term,
well, I'm a gold. Let's see, with M Life, I'm gold. And then with Caesars Properties, Diamond Plus. But in order to get that far, you have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or come to those promotions where, you get 2 or 10%. That's why they always say use your card in the machine. And superstition is like people using the card in the machine or get into the machine when when you least expect it, you could hit a handpay. Happened to me 4 times. Panda Magic was my first one. Got shut down by security.
Oof.
Halfway through the video, and that's before that was like my very first video. That was May 15th of 2019. And then let's see. Then we had 1-to-4 boost. That day we played what? We played Wonka, and then we played Buffalo Revolution. And Buffalo Revolution didn't do squat. Wonka did great. They took out my Wonka machine with the 3 reels.
Dang.
Which is a classic. And then I went over the 1-to-4 boost, and I got the Buffalo boosted all the way up on the 495 bet, which is medium. Like I'm a low roller, so that's like medium, I guess.
Yes.
You're playing 4 games, so I got it. That was my second hand pay. Then my third one was Buffalo Revolution. I remember I was messing around with the machine. I was going from lowest bet to highest bet. On my 30th spin, 29th and 30th spin, I was betting 450. 30th spin, I got all the characters of the chain with a multiplier.
Wow.
Line hit hand pay, and I remember my GoPro died because I remember my phone was dead, and so my GoPro died. So I'm glad I took a picture of that because it was a line hit hand pay on Buffalo Revolution.
Wow.
That was one of the quickest hand pays I ever had. Then the bad game. The bad game, oh man, that was the story in its all. After getting smashed at Hard Rock 2 nights in a row, then I remember I played a Dragon Link game. I played Buffalo Gold, which shout out to Buffalo Gold.
Cheers,
Buffalo. So Buffalo Gold brought the Buffalo. So then I went over to Caesars. And you should see the security behind me. He was like the guy was rooting me on. He's like, he's like, "You're gonna hit it?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hit it." I was like, first I was doing like 30 spins, I think on 88 cents, and I switched to $1.76, and then I got the bags to spin. It was on the Dragon version, and I was lucky. That was like my second major on the original version. Still, the boosted version, I still haven't mastered the Tiger one, but the Peacock one, I've had 2 good hits because Simon sort of won the first time on the Peacock. That was amazing. Like I still couldn't believe that that didn't hand pay that night because we had the line hits, but we didn't get the progressives.
That was while you were in Vegas this past time, right, Ross?
No, when I was in Vegas this past time,
you got the triple bagger like twice, right?
I had the triple bagger in October at Venetian. When I went to Circa with Simon and a whole bunch of people.
Yes.
And we had.
You kept her out too late.
Not my fault. Not my fault. Talk to Lucky Dog and Bonsai and the Gambler After Dark. Who else was it with us?
Scratch.
Who was that really skinny guy with us that
Life
on the Wonka? Oh, he lives in Vegas.
Life of a Gambler? He ain't no skinny dude.
No, there was his name was Greg.
Oh yes, Greg.
Yeah. So he was playing Wonka, the new version. He was betting $6 a spin. He put $100 bill in. I think he cashed out like 900. Just kept getting the bonuses.
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, $1.76 is a great bet.
Wow.
I see a lot of these other channels trying to like bet high on that machine. Machines like I think like machines like the boost game, or even like the 1-to-4 boost. You really don't have to bet super high because if you've seen Rhino Man slots,
yes,
he has a video on the Rhinos, and he was only betting $1.60, and it took almost 2 hours, but he hand pay on the Rhino version.
Nice.
That's a hard one to do.
Yes.
But yeah, like always, you gotta be up for a challenge. So I'm glad that SGI and Aristocrat and Konami and GT what's the other companies? There's so many companies out, and then there's so many companies that are trying to get out, and then it seems like certain companies are more thirsty than others. I guess by giving us candy and stuff at their booths, they want us to play their game more.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds like slot channels, right? Some are more thirsty than others, just like the gaming companies. I don't know. I don't know.
Those gaming companies.
Tell how it is, right?
Yes. Also, Gandaman Stocks is asking, what were you betting on the game?
$1.76.
And also,
okay, you remember? Okay, the other time I got a major was on the Panda version of the original bad game. That day I got stopped by security. So you max the volume on your slots. Most of the time I do, because of all that stupid ass copyright music.
Music copyright sucks.
We need to have the power of whoever could turn off that music.
Yep.
What's that question, Simon? Go ahead.
Ross, Alan is asking Ross, do you max the volume on your slots?
Most of the time, yes. Just because like I want to hear the slot machine. I don't want to hear what current song they're playing on there. I'd rather them have play some 80s or 70s or even 90s music, not today's music. Because if you ever seen any of my episodes, like my channel's a mess every once in a while.
Oh no.
Hold on. Every once in a while?
I mean, maybe every day.
Ross needs another spanking from the Juice Attack Grill.
Spank, spank, spank. Ross.
I think I would love that too much. You know, like, okay, when I was in Vegas and I had 2 girls spanking me, I didn't know that there was going to be 2. I thought there was only going to be 1. The guy says, "Well, he got spanked 3 times." Well, here's another one. I was like, okay, you gave me. Where was my money? He's like,
"Oh, you wanted them to pay you to get spanked?"
I would have been so red if he would have kept saying, "Yeah." We would come to, because he had a whole lot of money in his pocket. So, but I don't think he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "I'm probably gonna be next." I was like, originally I thought if you didn't finish all your food, you get spanked. It's only the burger. I was like, that's a bad gimmick. Because those fries I had, I couldn't finish it. Those fries were worse than the burger.
Oh yeah, you like the fries make the meal. I am sorry. Like if the fries ain't good, I might not like your burger.
Yeah.
That's because they had too much bacon in it.
Oof.
There's never too much bacon, Ross.
Do I win on? I wish. I have casinos that I'm good at, and I have casinos I get my butt kicked. Like Resorts World Queen, forget about it.
Well, how did we go from talking about bacon to getting your ass kicked at the casino?
There's a question. There's a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead, Party Marty.
Jared Ross, win a lot. Sounds like he's a pro. We heart slots.
Aww. We heart you.
We heart you.
Simon, what's the next question? Hang on. Do you have another question on your list?
So next question is, since we're in the area of the subject, so Ross, I'm curious. This is the question also from the Juice too. Is what tricks do you do when you think a slot machine is going to hit?
Oh well, I just look like I'm stupid. I look like I'm stupid. I don't do the cash out and benefit order. You know, you press the screen and thinking you could change the random number generator thing.
Yes.
I play like I'm dumb. I try to if there's a machine I want and I have my book bag with me, I throw it right out the chair so somebody doesn't sit in the chair. Or if I see somebody's at 2 machines, I literally will be like, "You're hogging 2 machines. Why?" Or the other day.
So you ask them. You interrupt them, and you'll ask them, "Why are you taking 2 machines?" You'll ask them.
They said it was better odds for me to win. They want to be like that one video where I saw this guy playing 3 machines at once. I was like, this is not better odds playing 3 machines at once. It's because with the random number generator, it already knows what it's gonna give you as soon as you press that button.
Yes.
But if the guy has the money to do it and the place is not packed, I guess it's like, play your 3 machines. Well, it annoys me when the place is packed, and someone's playing 3 machines. That's bull.
Literally, if you're making 100, like, if you have that type of money to spend, like, there's this really good channel from Tampa Bay that literally they just high limits, and they have the biggest win on Buffalo Link.
Wow.
Nobody's topped it. I forget the name of the channel, but they're like a retired couple or something like that. I come across a lot of channels like Lucky D Slots. That's another good channel. Who gives a girl $400 after hitting 2 handpays?
Aww.
Meh.
$400. What will you do with $400, Simon?
If I got $400, what I do is I divide it into thirds. 1/3 for my retirement fund, 1/3 for college to go towards my tuition, and 1/3 for extra fees like textbooks and school supplies.
Boy,
And her plane ticket to come back to Florida.
Oh yes. No.
Well, you need more than $400 then.
Yep. Bleep school supplies.
Not really.
That's going to your plane ticket.
Unless she goes on Spirit or Frontier, right?
Yes, the cheap stuff.
Yeah, they're cheap, and then they're like, when you try to sneak on your bag, they're like, well, leaving New York, they didn't really search me, and leaving Vegas, they're like, that's another $100.
What
like,
flight do you fly on, Ross? What airlines do you use out of, and where,
I
like,
use
when you fly
Frontier,
to Vegas?
Spirit, and JetBlue.
Okay, so Spirit or JetBlue, that's how you get to Vegas out of what? New Jersey or New York?
New Jersey, because I do not like the New York airports. I do not like JFK, and I do not like LaGuardia. LaGuardia, they're still doing construction, and JFK is like going into the hood. It's like you have to watch your pockets and everything because it's like not in such a nice neighborhood. And at least when I go to Newark, I know that Newark's not such a good area either, but it's like I feel like it's a little bit cleaner than the New York airports.
Right. Yeah, I've been through JFK numerous times, LaGuardia numerous times. I mean, after 24 years in the military, trust me, I don't like flying through them either. They're a hot mess express. Just like me, just like you, you know.
Do they search you when you go to the airport, or do you get the walk through?
I search myself, honey. I search myself.
Soul searching.
No, yeah, of course I do. I mean, even as a military, I can't get what do you call the pre-check? I mean, that's something you have to arrange previously or do it online. And sometimes I just don't have the time. I'm leaving on Saturday to go to Vegas. I'll be in Vegas this Saturday. But I'll tell you, I just don't have the time to go through all that online crap to get the TSA pre-check. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll just like show my ID to maybe get on the plane a little bit earlier. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it's like, whatever.
You're going to Vegas this Saturday?
Yes, honey. Woo!
Where's Simon? You go meet her. She get your ticket.
I wish I could, but I have school.
Oh, you got school on Saturday?
Not Saturday school, but I got to do autumn homework.
You know what I'm gonna think is? You know what I think is gonna be really cool when you do that milk bar thing.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Yes.
If I could type out, bam, I'd be done in Vegas partying like crazy with the juice.
The milk bar thing is gonna be really cool because a lot of people are gonna be like, "Wow, this artwork is beyond." I remember when I got my mask made in the mall, the guy's like, "Man, this artist is freaking awesome." And I showed him her channel. He's like, "This artist, man, she's gonna make so much freaking money. She's not gonna even know what to do with it."
Thank you.
You got a question?
Let's see.
Do you ever expect to see Marty, who doesn't like to party? And if you did, would you invite him to play slots?
I don't know. He sounded kind of thirsty last night.
Tell him trying to jack me. Tell the viewers who Marty is.
Marty was the cab driver that took me home from the casino last night.
Oh yes.
He was telling me about. He was trying to preach to me about like all the bad stuff, and we narrowly got into accidents. Like, unlike the cab driver that took me home my first time going to resorts, where the guy smashed on the brakes and my hand went into the glass.
Ouch.
This guy was a little bit more safe, and I accidentally left my phone in the 7-Eleven, and I paid him, $25, which is pretty good, for the ride and stuff.
Absolutely.
After my birthday with the no tip thing, every place I go now, I tip because my birthday was a real.
Happy birthday!
Ross,
year.
you know you fucked up with that, homie. See, the thing with Ross, and listen, I'm going to chime in here really quick.
Yes,
Just
please.
listen up, right? The thing with Ross, right? I don't think there is one slot channel out there, just in my opinion, that goes live 24/7. He's a degenerate streamer, right? But at the end of the day, he is his raw honesty and realness. I mean, he obviously, like, he fucks up all the time, right? But he's so
Yeah, all the time.
but I'll tell you, his raw honesty with him streaming so damn much gives the viewer a chance to say, I ain't screwing with that dude, or I'll screw with that dude, you know, and then people actually know what you did because why? Because they watch you, you know? I mean, let's just keep it real. I mean, someone said on Simon's Facebook today, Ross is the #1 drama channel. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. You just called Ross the #1 channel. Like,
#1
you know,
drama
like,
channel.
like I said, I get it. You know, and there's a lot of people out there where they're just like, hey, there's only so many passes I'm going to give Ross before I'm done, you know, and it, you know, it just is what it is. I mean, the one thing I can appreciate is you go live 24/7, and some people that go live, they only want to show the perfection piece. Like, look at what a saint I am, you know, but you obviously go live and say, look how fucked up I am, or, you know, whatever. Sorry for my French Canadian French, but
I've drank on streams. I threw up on streams. You know, that's just how it is. It's called One and Dine, which will come back in November. You know, it's usually like every Sunday, but you know, it took a little bit of break from the booze because you know after working a long week, you need to wind down.
You gotta wind down.
We got wine and dine. We got party on, dude. We have thumbs up, thumbs down. We used to have slots weekly, but a lot of people got pissed off of that.
Why slots weekly? Why?
Because we had a top 10 list of channels that what I thought what I thought about each channel, like, and why should they be why they should be number 10 or why they should be #1, and then
like of the week or whatever, just weekly.
5 or 6 like honorable mention, because I watch a lot of different channels and I watch a lot of different content, and most of the time Simon was in the top 5 because you know she's very, very creative.
Anybody that's ever watched your top 10 weekly, would they see Simon in your top 10?
I hope so.
Well, I fucking hope so too.
Hey, you know
homie.
That video that she did from G2E with the Huff and Puff, more Huff and Puff. Yes. That's one of your best videos that you did.
Thank you.
Yeah, Simon did a great job at G2E too. It was awesome. Yeah.
I saw her with Saw Sister and Jazzy J.
Yes, she got to go live with some amazing slot channels, right? Like I think Lucky Lynn's, T-Town. Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah, it's like it's one thing to see somebody on camera. It's another thing to see them off camera. Because not everybody is the same on camera as off camera.
Yes.
Yep.
But there's people that are the same on camera that they are off camera.
And you're right about that, I think, too. You know, and some people are just like, you know, they see somebody virtually for the longest time. And then it's like, well, when you finally get to meet them in person, do you feel awkward? Are you ready to just take it on? Or maybe you were talking shit, you know what I mean? Like behind the scenes, but now you face them. Now what's up?
When I met Josh from Slaughter Hall, I was like, this guy's the same guy on camera that he's off camera. Literally.
Yeah, he is wonderful. I love him.
I wanted to take this guy out to dinner or something like that.
Well, why didn't you ask him?
Because he already had dinner plans with his husband.
Mama.
Oh,
he already had dinner plans. You know.
Yeah, they're pretty busy when they're in Vegas because I don't even think anybody.
I wasn't too sure the guy next to them in Vegas was that Super Squirrel. I don't know.
It might have been. Also,
go ahead, Simon.
Shout out to In the Game for another 199 super sticker. Woo! And also to the big jackpot for one boom, for three booms, for one boom for each of us. Boom, boom, boom.
That's so cool to have Raja. I mean, I remember when they were in Hard Rock in Atlanta City.
Hey, big jackpot. Got to meet Ross. What? Listen, we'll tell Raja a story real quick, right? When Ross was in the Heart Attack Grill during G2E, the ladies at G2E really racked his butt pretty hard. So Raja had said, Ross, just get back to the Cosmo and Brian of Denver will rub your butt out real nice, you know, like make it feel better. Because Ross was sore, I guess. I don't know.
I was super sore.
That sounds so painful.
Like after you eat a Heart Attack Grill, you don't eat for 24 hours.
Why?
Because that burger I had was over, I think they said over 5,000 calories or something like that.
Wow.
Well,
yeah, which is even worse. Ross goes down to the Cosmo, like, I need someone to rub this out because these girls smacked me too hard. And BOD was at the bar
I
with
thought
the
there was
new
only
girl.
one, but there was two.
What did they use on you, Ross?
They used a paddle and something else.
Like a whip?
Almost like a whip. It was hard. There was one red thing and then the other thing. Unless Simon could pinpoint that video.
I don't know the name of it. It's got like it's like a lariat, you know, it's like the paddle, and then I guess they got like
probably do a cartoon. Ross getting his butt spanked at Heart Attack Grill.
I can see you doing that during a live art show one day. Is Ross getting the spankles?
Yeah, Ross getting bent.
That's
like me, like even on my butt. One would be the
naughty nurse, and then the other one would be the naughty cop. That would be awesome.
Do not enter. I don't know. I can't show it. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with you, Ross. I mean, so how about this question? Like, Ross, can you tell us, like, what was your best day ever at the casino? Where you're just like, food, I'm winning. Like, what was your best day ever?
Oh my God. Best day in the casino was the first day I was in Vegas, when I was like literally jet lagged and tired the whole day, and literally like every place I was playing, I was just hitting all these bonuses, but no jackpots, but I was hitting the bonuses, and literally like even Cosmopolitan, place that I never really win at, I actually won in. I was like, man, this is like one of those days. I went to Tuscany, not Tuscany. So we played a couple games. We played a whole bunch of games there. Dollar Storm, I'm telling you, dollar bet's a great bet to have. First spin bonus, 200 times my bets on a dollar bet. You can't go wrong with low rolling, especially when you're in Vegas for a couple of days. So you know, like, if you're in Vegas for a couple of days, you want to like have as much fun as possible.
Yes.
And you're not gonna sleep. I literally every time I go to Vegas, I don't sleep. I'm literally out the whole day, and then by the time it's like 9 o'clock at night, I'm out for the night, because you know I'm an East Coast guy, so it's already like midnight in New York. So it's like it's so weird. It's like, so we went to Tuscany, then we went to Flamingo. Shout out to Flamingo. Then we went over to Harris. We got our 4 free drinks, and we had a red velvet cake. Awesome.
Yummy.
Because I needed some sugar. Then we went over to Cosmopolitan, and I did not know. I knew you guys were gonna have a group pool, but I did not know what time. So I was playing a whole bunch of games. Then Josh put down that drink that drink on my machine that he brought the luck. And then after that win on the Zoro, I went over to DDE, and thank God I listened to Easy. I'm telling you, Easy is the king of the DDE.
He is.
He's a master. Was a master samurai, master leader.
He's become one with the drum.
Yeah, they should. The next time they do Dance and Drums, they should call him up and say, Joe, yeah, what should we put in the game? Like, we should make this kind of like how they did with the Fire Link, with the Dance and Drums. Have the drums have a bonus, like kind of how like they did with the Fire Link. Okay, the Fire Link explosion, so they could do like that with the drums. It would be a cool feature, like or they could do like have an added feature like how they did with the more Huff and Puff with the mansions and stuff.
Yeah, they should put his name like on a. They should put his face like on a drum, like they did with SD Guy's face in
Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. Yes, Easy should have his face on a drum.
Yes,
because he's become one with the drum.
Well,
yeah.
you gotta get Easy out to Vegas in order for that to happen.
I know.
Yeah.
You gotta get him in. You gotta put him in handcuffs. You gotta give him a sleeping pill.
No problem.
Hog tie him. Woo. And then you get him to Vegas. So when he wakes up, he's like, "Oh my God, I got there!" And then you have to have a nice car for him to drive in.
No problem.
You gotta have all the food places open for him, and you gotta give him
a spanking
money to do whatever the hell he wants with.
Okay.
Also,
I got the list.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Well, no, Easy. Like Super Squirrel was asking, what is the cup? And I just recently bought this cup. It's from the Losers Club because I'm definitely a loser. I am not cool at all. But it's called the Losers Club. I think it's a horror movie. This is a Sex on the Beach on crack. I mean, it's full of
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and it says Dairy Maine because I'm from Maine, so I had to buy the cup. The Losers Club, Dairy Maine, and I'm a loser, so
that's from the
I love drinking from.
I don't know if you watch horror movies.
I don't. I get too scared.
What about Simon? You watch horror movies?
I don't watch horror movies. I'm a chicken. Whenever I see something scary, I go run into the other room, close my eyes, plug my ears, and the only time I can even dare to watch a horror movie is at 9 a.m. so I can watch Bluey, Ike, or the Teletubbies for the rest of the day to calm my nerves down.
You should watch, if you really like a good movie, watch Oliver and Company.
Yes.
It's a story about a cat. It's a story about a cat and a dog. It's a classic Disney film. Is it Disney or Warner Brothers? It's Disney, right? Oliver and Company?
Oh, good yeah, the cat and the dog. That's Disney, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is your favorite movie, Ross?
Oh, my favorite movie? Man. Shoot. Man, there's a lot of good movies. My favorite movie of all time? There's gotta be man. There's gotta be Batman Dark Knight.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, with the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You, the guy that committed suicide.
Oh.
What's his name?
Robin Williams.
Not Robin. That's not Robin Williams. The guy from 10 Things I Hate About You. What's his name?
Not Ben Stiller.
Anybody know that guy's name?
Ben Stiller? No, I don't know.
Anybody know the guy's name from 10 Things I Hate About You? The really good-looking guy that plays the Joker.
Man, I don't know either. Simon, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie I believe has to be Apollo 13 because it is about walking through Pharaoh, and no matter how many challenges are presented to you, that there was always a way, and even if things look very dark and scary, you will always find a way home.
Yeah, how sweet is that? I love it. Oh yes,
there
absolutely.
We go.
Mine's dodgeball, because if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yep. And also, we got 2 super chats. First one is from In the Game. Thank you so much for the $3 super chat sticker. Woo! And also, we got another $3 super sticker from We Love Slots. Love you too.
Aww.
And also, I do not know, this kind of a controversial mixed question in the chat. Would you feel comfortable answering it?
I'll answer anything because you know.
All right, so let me pull up the question. It is from Gamaholic Queen Slots.
Why do I enter a chat after you talk shit about a channel? Because even if I talk shit about a channel, I'll still support the channel. It's you know what it is I get wrapped up into this slot. I get wrapped up into all this slot business. And like J Real says, it's not a competition. And you know, like in my mind, it's not a competition, but my heart says it might be a competition, but I don't think it's a competition because everybody's just doing their own thing and just trying to be a better person is hard to do because you know, like okay, like I screwed up a lot. And I took it out on the wrong person back in January. We're gonna go there.
Go there.
Okay.
We're gonna go there. So you know, I said Simon, I was sorry, you know, because I took it out on the wrong person because this is when everything was hitting the shit fan and I was getting trolled since November and a lot of stuff was going on. So, you know, Simon, I am sorry. You know, like
thank you.
You did so much for this channel. Well, Simon, the What Squad wouldn't be here.
Yes.
She, you know, Triple Double Diamond, aka Simon, it's Slot Machine. You know, she is the creator of this channel. She created all my thumbnails. She created a lot of the logos on my shirts. Hats, cats, and bats. So, you know, if it wasn't for Simon, the What Squad would never have been born. I mean, Ross says What would have been around, but the What Squad would never have been born. Because, you see, when we started out this What Squad, we came up with the idea with all the cartoon characters and what we were going to do with the storyline. And I think I took it out. And, you know, like, I took it out on the wrong person, you know? When somebody does a lot for you, and you kind of, like, shit on them, and you kind of, like, do what's wrong, and I can understand why people were pissed off, and then you started going off on everybody, because, yeah, my channel used to be a lot of fun, and used to not be so much drama, you know, it used to be boring, too. It used to be very boring. When I first started my channel, literally, I had nobody watching. And literally, in order to get my channel monetized, yeah, I did all the tricks in the book. 24-hour streams, extra cellular device, you know, extra computer. Whatever it took to get there, I got there. And then once I got there and this pandemic hit, it wasn't a bad thing. We got to meet a lot of great people. And then I got to travel more. You know, and you just gotta like give a hands up to Simon because
thank you.
This slot talk was a fluid thing that we were trying to like we were talking about this for like about 6 months, and then it finally came to fruition in January, and look how great it's been, and it's just gonna get even better.
Thank you.
You know, it's really, you know, something when you go for a job And when you get asked in college, what do you do on the side, and you show these awesome cartoons and everything you do for these channels and all the artwork and stuff and your portfolio, all these companies are gonna be like, wow, this is amazing. And how old are you? And
21.
why do you love this so much? Because you have the passion and you have the ability that nobody's gonna understand. So you don't let anybody knock you down.
Thanks.
Because
So
somebody,
you
every time somebody
understand
knocks
that
you
too,
down,
though, Ross, right? Like, how do you feel about the naysayers out there that'll be like, okay, Ross is apologizing, play the violin, and then tomorrow you go talk shit on your stream, and we're like, like, I mean, what are we supposed to do then? Like,
well,
what?
it's Jekyll and Hyde, okay? And
Well, that's what we want to
I
understand.
do
How
get
many
riled.
persons you have in you? Like, is there a disorder for that, or is it like are you like multiple personalities? Like, I mean, help us understand. I don't mean any disrespect by that. I just like help us to understand.
This is not alcohol. This is Arizona.
Cheers.
Yeah, right.
Cheers.
That was Arizona for real. I don't think I took a break from my alcohol. See, I don't.
Yeah, that's fine. Nobody wants to see you puke on your stream and pick your nose and shit.
Hey, it's all real. I can't fake.
You're
I
right.
can't
It
fake
is
being
real.
me.
At the end of the day, it is real. You're right. And nobody has to watch the shit. It is real. It is raw, uncut footage. I mean,
It's like, okay. It's like half the stuff you see, you won't see. You won't. The only way you see it is if you go to the movies. If you watch like Can't Hardly Wait or 10 Things I Hate About You or some teeny popper movie where, like, 10, 20 years ago it was really good. Now they're trying to reboot all the great shows. They're doing the Animaniacs. They're doing Saved by the Bell. They're doing the new He-Man series. Hollywood's running out of ideas. So if we get somebody like awesome in Hollywood like Simon, I would definitely go to a movie or a cartoon that she does, because it's gonna be so creative. Like that cartoon that she did with those guys that were from Denver.
Yes.
That they had to go from me. I really want to see how that's gonna end up, because that's gonna be so freaking good. People are gonna
she's
know
gonna make
and
it,
be like,
Ross.
"Oh my god!"
Listen, Simon's gonna make it. But
Oh
you
yeah.
have to understand in life as well. Like I've served my country for 24 years. I held the top secret clearance for 24 fucking years. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to hold on to the fact too that there is no competition with a. How old are you, Ross?
41.
A
When I was
41-year-old. You have 20 years on this young 21-year-old. She's gonna make it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's absolutely no comparison or competition of any sort there. You know what I mean? So it's like,
when I was Simon's age, I was engaged. I had a car. I worked 2 full-time jobs, and literally I did stuff that I did stuff more crazy than I do now.
Yes.
I was wild. I was like, man. I still never got pizza from that night. Me and my friends did shots. I still never got pizza from that night. It was a wild night. And, like, this is just like some of the crazy things that happened on my channel. That's why I can't be PG. I can't be G. I can't even be PG-13. I gotta be rated R.
which is fine, but we're just still trying to get you to understand that there's no competition between a 42-year-old man and a young, beautiful 21-year-old aspiring student, correct?
Yeah, there's no competition at all.
Thank you. Done. Wait. Okay, done. Next.
Are you the same age as me?
I am 45.
You don't look 45.
Thank you.
See, you gotta give a woman compliments. You never tell a woman that she looks old, or you get slapped.
Yeah, look,
Really
I'll take
hard.
off my glasses too. I mean, I don't care, you know, but listen, my wig's not coming off, but I work out 5 days a week. I mean, I'm working on these guns. And Simon knows, she came to visit me, but I try to stay healthy. I work out 5 days a week. I don't diet because that's unrealistic. I mean, you can't diet the rest of your effing life, but get out, take a walk, you know, which is something I actually admire about you, Ross. I mean, not a lot of
5.2
people.
miles, yeah.
Listen, not a lot of people can do what you do. I'm shocked every day that you are the size that you are because you walk to them bus stops, you hit the train station, you walk for block and block. And listen, I understand New York City. My best friend is from 69th and Jackson Ave in New York, right? But I will tell you, I definitely applaud the fact that you don't have those conveniences like I have. I mean, I've got 2 vehicles sitting in the driveway, you know, like you walk, you get your hustle on, you hustle to your jobs. A lot of people don't even have it in their ass to do that. And
I walked in a snowstorm twice last year. That was fun.
And I believe that.
Yeah.
Go.
I also do want to pop in. It's kind of interesting. It's like actually pretty interesting. I do take the bus to and from college. I have an 8:30 p.m. class, and the bus can be a little terrifying at 8:30 p.m. Of all things, watching your channel has actually made me feel more comfortable navigating the city and more comfortable being out by myself and just being able to just feel comfortable with math just by watching your channel.
You know, I know by you watching my channel that you wander around Vegas by yourself too.
Thanks.
And you know, Vegas is not so safe. But
it's not these days.
Yeah. You got these crazy guys came up to you one day.
Yeah.
Oh, like what happened to me with the pink bag? When I left Cosmo and this girl tried to pick me up on the street one day. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, my kids and my wife were in the casino. You know, and you gotta kind of lie to them, like because you know they're looking. You know what they're looking for. Yep. They're looking for money.
Yep.
So I went back to the casino and Jackpot was there, and he's like, I was like, shit. I was like, I had my shirt, a couple of my shirts that I had made up, and I had my pink bag. I was like, man, how did I forget that? Like every time you go to the casino, you forget something. Like one time I forgot a selfie stick. Oh, I had at Harris when I was filming, and I put the selfie stick down. I was like to security. I was like, where the hell's my selfie stick? Then they're like, he brought it back. I was like, thank you very much. Because you don't pay attention. I was like, it's like that person the other day, Slot Lady and her friend. So
yeah, Ross, tell it like it is. Do you think it's her boo?
Her friend.
Like, tell us.
I don't think it's her friend.
You think that they're like
maybe.
I think so too. I think like why not embrace that?
Why would
love?
anybody?
I think it's a great looking guy. I think they're a great looking couple. I mean, like why not embrace it? Like
you got a house in Vegas. They bought a house. They got a house in Vegas. So she's with him all the time, right? And you know what?
I don't know that. I don't think there's any facts there, unless you know you're like, okay, I got the video.
There's no facts, but he's a great guy. I've talked to him plenty of times on the streams in the morning. He's very informative.
Yes,
he knows a lot, and he knows how to play the poker.
Yeah,
the card games, which I still have no clue how to do. Because, you know, like with all the suits and everything like that, craps are a little bit easier because you just throw in the dice and you put the money on, you know, the dice and all that stuff, and all the cheats. But you know the casino always wins, you know, because you know they have the glass and they say you can't slide the dice and you can't and. Every time you throw the dice off the table, you take your money off the chips because the next row is usually a 7. With me, it's usually a 7. So I like to keep the dice on the table.
Cool.
I did hit the all tall, all small, large one time, What is my favorite casino in the world? Oh my god, my favorite casino in the world has got to be Caesars.
What do you
I've
like
had the
about
best
it?
luck in Caesars. Period.
In
Caesars,
Vegas?
Caesars, Atlantic City. I still haven't had a handpay in Vegas yet. That's
Oh,
gonna happen one of these days when you least expect it.
it
You
will.
can't chase a handpay unless you're willing to throw lots of thousands of dollars. It will happen when you least expect it. Kind of like that Buffalo Gold. Buffalo
Yes.
Gold, like I've seen so many people get handpays 60 cents, 75 cents. Or like you get up from a machine, you're like, oh my god, and you're like, that person just hit a handpay. I just left that machine. Like the Roger that one night for his birthday.
Yes.
I was on that machine earlier. I was on that machine. I left that machine. And what the hell did he do?
What?
He hit the major and the grand. It was
Wow.
on the Power Wonder. It was on the Firelink Power 4. And people were saying to me, "You should have stayed in that machine. You would have probably hit." I was like 10 to 1, maybe I would have hit, but I don't know. It was all random.
But let's just keep it real though, Ross. If you're betting $1.50 on 2 cents and Raja's whacking $50 whacks, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the likelihood of that machine hitting those majors and grands, I think, is obviously much larger than us going over there to bet, $1.50 on 2 cents. I mean, he's hitting $50 whacks every spin, or $100
Yeah,
whacks and
they
$150
say
whacks.
usually when you bet higher, the chances of hitting is better than low rolling. But I've seen so many people hit grands and
Yes.
Oh
majors
yeah,
and low
yeah,
rolling. It's crazy.
absolutely. Yep. Yeah,
I mean,
I agree. But your type of player and Raj's type of player is, once again, no comparison. Not
if
even
I
for
had
me. You
if
know what I
I had
mean?
the
Like,
type of
yeah,
money he had, I would do the same exact thing he's doing.
Cool.
I would be
I
enjoying my
think we
life.
all would. I would too.
I would be having a pretty girlfriend because everybody deserves to be happy. Remember that. Because people are jealous. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. People are very jealous, and just live your life.
Ross, you better take your own advice, homie. Take your own advice. You need to be the master of your own craft. You know what I mean? If you are a 42-year-old man that's running a variety channel, just master that craft. Be that creator. Don't think about what anybody else is doing or how I could compare myself to them. Once you master that skill, I think you will actually have a very successful channel. But as
Once I
long as you
master
go on your
that skill,
channel and you constantly talk shit about everybody, it's going to just keep going into that spiral of something that you may not get your desired results, so to speak. You know what I mean? Once you realize that I just want to master my own craft on my own channel and be this awesome variety channel that goes live on the subways, talks shit to everybody, fucking pops my temple, eats my hair. I mean, you got it, bro. Like, people will watch you like for forever. And then I love it when you go play the slot machines, you go eat, you bark at the dogs. Like, that shit is funny as hell,
I love the dogs. I just want to take the dog home, especially the dog and the cat. Like, I'll do some shorts sometimes at the apartment building I work at, and there's this cat and dog that's sitting at the window together, and they're like best friends because the dog is the older brother to the cat because when you have a cat and a dog, right, it's good to get the cat as a kitten because with the dog, or vice versa. So they get used to each other because remember Simon's an animal lover.
Oh, cat is so cute. And
Because
also, thank you.
Betsy.
Bessie, where are you? Here I am, Bessie. And also, thank you, Debbie Bonds, for the $2 super chat. Simon, your trooper. And also, we got another super chat from Penny D. Love you, Simon. Love you too, Penny.
Oh, that's so sweet. Simon is a great host, like, for doing this, because listen, even the naysayers and the people are like, Ross, you're such an asshole. You talk so much shit about Simon. I can't believe that Simon is letting you on her show. Oh my God. Well, I try to make people think Simon is such a great slot speak host that if you think about people like Barbara Walters and Oprah Winfrey, and, did they always take the most perfect person and the person that was cut from the perfect set of cloth? No. Did they take people, they probably fucking hated Oprah. They hated Barbara Walters, but they still went on her show. You know what I mean? So my point behind this is, Ross, yes, you've definitely made a nest for yourself, where, we've already gotten, 58 thumbs downs, and there's a place in heaven for y'all. Trust and believe, when you do on someone else's channel.
Not my channel, not Simon's channel.
Well,
no, I got the record for that. I got the record for that. That was my highest rated stream.
For thumbs down?
I had to delete 200 videos.
I do have a question for everybody's side. But my question is, how many thumbs down can we get by the end of the night? And I'm curious, can we get a new record of 100 thumbs down? I'm just curious. Let's get that record, world record for the most thumbs down on the live stream. Who's down?
I really think I have the record for that. Back in January, I had over 102 thumbs down.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to the loser club.
I'm part of the club, That's another movie.
Ross, listen, let's just keep it real. It's nothing to be proud of, homie. I always say that, and after leading people like half my life in the military, I always say when a huge group of people don't like one person, there's probably a problem with that person. But when there's just one or two people that don't like that person, it's like, meh, they're probably talking crap. But when a huge group of people don't like one person, they might be onto something, and it might be time to change. It might be time to say, my goal with my channel is actually to make people happy and give them a warm fuzzy or blah, blah, blah. But a million people could tell you the same shit 48 times. And, whether you take it on board or not is a whole other, animal. Yeah.
Like this comment that somebody said to me today. They said, well, I guess they watched my channel. They said, well, you lost $800 to this casino back in July. Why the hell did you go to that casino yesterday and lost $500? Well, I thought I could do better, right? I guess I wasn't so smart because class 2 casinos are lottery based.
They're tough. I just played at one this morning and I lost, $800. Yeah, the same as you. Yeah. Lost a complete bloodbath. I mean,
I started out great.
Class 2s are tough.
And I couldn't get on the drums. I couldn't get on any good machines because, like I said, Simon, the worst time to go to the casino is on the weekend. It's the worst time because everybody's off. Thursday to Sunday.
Not true, homie. I mean, there is never a good time or a bad time to go to a casino. Let's just keep it real. It's a random number. It's that RNG. And, I hate to say it about BC, but I mean, he is right when it comes to, it is all about timing. You hit that button at the right time when that RNG is spinning, and you might get paid, you might not. Now, listen, I've had great days at Class 2 casinos. I mean, obviously, I see Melly going to Resorts World in downtown New York, and it looks like it's a tough cookie down there,
Yeah, right. Well, Triple Double Diamond
there's no good time,
day. $200 hit on 40 cents. That was great. But that was probably one of my best. That was one of my best days there. But since then, it's like that has been one of my worst casinos playing in. Everywhere else, I've seemed to do very well, but there, it's like my kryptonite. So that
seems like a rough spot.
If you want to put me on the street, just send me over there. Yeah, those machines don't like me one bit.
Oof.
Yeah, just give me another 108 thumbs down. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's go.
it's like this. It's like this. What's the safest game? What's the safest game to play on if you're in a casino with a budget? What's the best
ATM.
games to play on? I would
Simon
say
said
the
the
best game to
ATM.
play
I
on are
agree,
the ones
girl.
with the progressives.
Yes.
The ones with the progressives because you give yourself a shot to hit a progressive, and if you have $100, you can play dancing drums, you can play the bags, you can play lightning link, dragon link,
I agree
or
with that.
lobster link.
I do.
Yes.
Yep. When I'm low rolling and I have just like a little tiny bankroll, I do agree with that. I'm running to a lightning link or a dragon link, something I can bet 50 cents on and hold on to hope, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
And
Yeah,
also,
because as soon as I up my bet at Circa, the machine stopped paying.
oof.
When I kept it low, the machine was paying. And I know it was all random number generator. I was like, this machine went from being super hot to being freezing. I was like, it was hot. It was hot. Then it went, wee. It was horrible. I was like, what the heck is going on? It's like, and once it goes cold, you can't you can try every trick in the book, but once that machine goes cold on you, it's like, man, it's downfall. And then it's like you get trapped in the vortex.
Yes. Also, sorry to interrupt again, but Lloyd does have a question. I do know it may be a rough or controversial question. Will you be comfortable answering it?
Go ahead.
Also, Lloyd, by chance, may you please retype your question because I am unable to scroll back to that form. And I'm not really waiting for Lloyd to type her question. I'm curious, what do you think makes a machine go from hot to cold?
What do I think makes the machine go to hot to cold?
Yes.
Well, let's see. Have you ever been on a machine and never got a bonus within $100?
Yeah.
You done over 200 spins and no bonus? Have you ever watched a live stream and only seen a person get one bonus in an hour?
Yes.
It can happen, right? So what makes the machine go cold from hot to cold? It's all random. It's all random. It's like that machine could be really, really good, or that machine could be horrible, 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 and you're just chasing, 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 and then all of a sudden it's just crazy. Yeah, Circa. I'm telling you, I'm not going back to Circa. I'm sorry. It's a nice property and stuff, but I think I will. I think I'll bounce from them. I think we'll give El Cortez a shot next time because it looks like a pretty nice property. And when you live streaming, you really want the Wi-Fi. If you don't have the Wi-Fi, it makes your streams look very crappy.
That's the difference between a YouTuber and just a regular like viewer or a slot player. You know, a YouTuber wants that solid Wi-Fi and that connection, right, for their viewers and stuff like that. I mean, you know, for someone like me that doesn't have a channel, I've just been in the slot community since 2015. I'm the OG. But, you know, like it's tough. I see the struggles that Simon faces, that maybe even you face, Ross. All slot channels, they face that challenge of Wi-Fi, and it's stressful, you know.
Wi-Fi, security.
Security, yeah.
Security, assholes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
Simon.
It's the truth. I mean, it's like you're literally not doing anything wrong, but in their eyes, they treat a casino like a bank, okay? Because you're putting money in the machine. They're a business. They're taking money out of the machine. So, and that's why they have cameras all over, because you know, people accidentally lose their tickets in the machine, or they'll get robbed. They'll go for a handpay, and then they forget about the ticket, and they're like, then they go back to the machine, and all of a sudden we got robbed like slot lady the other day.
What?
It happened.
Okay, hang on a second. We'll get to that story later.
Yes. So
go ahead, Simon.
Lori does have something that she wants to say. She did type this out. Lori says, Ross, it is simple. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Please reply so you understand what that means.
That means treat each person the way you want to be treated. So if somebody treats you like garbage, then you could be garbage. If somebody treats you like a queen or like really good, like, so it's like this, okay?
Yes.
I have somebody who lives with me since April, right? I treat her better than I treat her as good as I could treat her. So I should be treating my friends on here as good or even better than somebody I hardly even know. Because a lot of people put up with a lot of my bullshit because, like I said, like I got wrapped up into a lot of stuff, and I got wrapped up into a lot of other stuff because for a while there I wasn't really being who I am. I was trying to be somebody I'm not because I was it was the people I was hanging out with too. So unfortunately, when you hang out with certain people, they kind of have an influence over you, and it's not an excuse for the way you treat somebody, but it is like kind of like when you're in high school and you want to be a part of the clique.
Yeah.
So you want to go along with the clique. You don't want to be the outcast. So if you're a jock, you're a jock. If you're a nerd, you're a nerd. If you're a glee club. If you're in the arts, you're in the arts. So in high school, shoot, I was friends with everybody. I didn't care. I was friends with everybody because you know what? You only live your life once. So it's better to like be friends with people than be hated for like forever because in the end, everybody's doing this for fun. Nobody's doing this for a living. Everybody's doing this for fun. A lot of people have jobs, and my bad behavior, the slot community has been kind and generous to you. You have to be held accountable. Oh yeah, I have to be held accountable a lot. And you know something? I can't be easy. I can't be SD because it's a hard shoes to fill. That's their thing they do. Okay, that's their gimmick. The tea and all that stuff. Because, like I said, the person you see on camera is not the same person you see off camera. So when you see somebody on camera, it might not be the same person you see off camera. So some people have a gimmick that is kind of like if you ever watch wrestling, how they have a gimmick, and then off camera they have to keep that gimmick, but then they do the kayfabe where they break character because the kid's crying and stuff, kind of like that. So whatever you see on my channel, and if you meet me in person, same exact person, but not always. You're not gonna always come across the same person. And sometimes it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow because a lot of people were nice to me. A lot of people gave me air fryer. They gave me trivia. They gave me this. They gave me that. And you know what? I shit all over everybody because one, I was pissed off because somebody got underneath my skin. Two, drinking got in the way, and that's a bad excuse, okay? And three, I really pissed off a lot of people, and I really wish it was back to the way it was, where everybody was friends. Well, everybody's still friends, just not with me, And I'm glad at least you're talking to me. I mean, and it's like it's just hard because like once I changed my channel to a variety channel, and it went away from just being Russ Says What or Russ Says What Slots, I started toying around with ideas that would make the channel better, not worse. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to fix the channel, which is like trying to take out the trash, like trying to like do away with some of the bad stuff and trying to do some good stuff, but also have some fun in return, because I'm trying to gauge what people like. Because if you ever watch, okay, I have a community post, right? So the question was, this was another controversial question, but today's question was, let's see, my community post, today's question was,
Carpet or curtain?
Today, how do you feel that people are jealous of you? Don't care, trolls are bitter, they say anything to be noticed, they are jealous because they can do what you do, or trolls are people that have no life, right? And so we have a survey. 74% say don't care. Trolls are bitter, 4%. They say anything to be noticed, 13%. They're jealous because they can't do what you do, 0. And trolls are people that have no life, 9%. The reason I came up with these What Squad questions of the day is because I want to hear the people's opinion about certain topics, that so I could gear towards like what people are feeling, or what, or like I always ask questions like sometimes.
Let's just keep it real, Ross. Like, stop really quick. Like, you go to your Slack community page, you type in little survey questions so you can kind of gauge what you might do on your next, like live stream or whatever, which I think is a great idea for slot channels. I mean, putting a little survey up there, like, what are we going to answer on our next slot survey? Like, I think that is a great idea. But in all reality, I think, like, if you were to summarize this, right, you're trying to turn your channel around a little bit so that you can, like, not stay sucked in that vortex of freaking discords and drama and shit and whatever, and just stick true to you, which I think every YouTuber should do. Like, just stick to your YouTube channel, your craft, how amazing you are as a person or as a couple or whatever. We have some of the most amazing couples in this YouTube community and people and stuff like that. Like, I've been following them since 2015. Like, you guys fulfill my life. After I lost my military family after 24 years, like, my little YouTube community has been my life. Like, I love y'all, but it's like what Lori says, I have to agree with her. Like, the biggest thing with you, Ross, are you listening, Ross?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, Ross, the biggest thing with you, I think, is this. Are you ready? This is it. This is where the rubber hits the road. Before you go and spit verbal diarrhea out of your mouth, right, about other slot channels, about this, about that, before you have to think about it. And you got to say, will this hurt somebody? Will this hurt Simon? Will this make other people think, like, holy shit, I'm the lowest of the low? You know what I'm saying? Before you go and listen, I'm a New Englander, homie. I got you. Like, I got the New England flair. I got it all. But I think you just have to think about what's going to come out of your mouth before you say it. And this is going to have long-term effects. And like she says, treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Like, I have nothing but love in my heart. To be honest with you, Ross, like, I love you, homie. Like, I do. Like, I swear, even if we were out in the community and someone was to, like, break out their AK-47, start spraying hose, I'd probably jump in front of you and save a bullet for you, the same way I do with Simon. Yeah. But that's called, like, love and shit. There's no vindication. There's no jealousy. There's no competition. You know what I mean? It's just love. Like, And let's keep it real. It can't always be like that. It's not always peace and love and happiness and shit. I'm not stupid, you know? But if you can at least think about what you're saying before you say it, because even when you're running 28-hour long live streams and shit, people hear everything. They may hit you at the 4 hour and 8 second and 32 whatever millimeter mark and say, Ross said it then. And then that's when you start to lose that viewership and that love. You know what I mean?
When to do a long live stream, you need power banks.
Well,
AKA
that was the point.
Yeah. I totally understand. Like, I wasn't going for no records in Vegas. I was just like, shit. I was like, a lot of people couldn't make it. And I wanted to show as much as I possibly can without losing my voice, you know, or passing out.
Listen, those long streams with your power banks and all that were awesome. And you know what else I loved? You didn't give a shit about copyrights. Who fucking cares? I mean, just enjoy the moment, enjoy the stream, enjoy the people, enjoy the life. You didn't say anything about copyright. Like, that is something like, as a viewer, and remember, I'm just a viewer, you know, but I appreciated that you didn't even give a shit about the copyright strikes, so to speak, and you just went full force. Like, that is something as a viewer I appreciated. You know what I mean? Like, people were able to kind of take that on.
See, I've had my channel shut down before, but that was some stupid stuff. Like, you know, like doing like, you can't show a movie on YouTube.
Like pornographic.
I don't know how they do that. You can't show wrestling.
What kind of movie on YouTube are we talking about?
Mortal Kombat. Anything copyrighted, you can't show.
I think you've shown some shit on your channel, Ross. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I don't mind. You're 42 years old. Do you, homie?
She knows about.
Like,
she knows about Muffin
I'm all right with that. Yeah.
You know about Muffin Girl. Yeah, I don't really hang out with her too much anymore. I don't know.
Who?
She was just, you know, she was just all about the comps, you know.
Who?
Muffin Girl.
I don't understand who Muffin Girl is.
This is a girl I used to be with.
Oh.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just, you know, she didn't want to be really serious. She's like, oh, you going down the AC? Oh, you got a room? Oh, you got comps? Oh, where are we gonna? You got free play? You know, I'm sorry.
She was kind of like sound like a user.
Than just that, you know. If you're gonna be with somebody, right? Then you be with them for more than just the gambling parts.
Yeah.
For everything, you know. Because look at this. I went to play at the Hard Rock, and she's like, we went swimming, and we ate together, right? But when I went to the arcade or to go play, she's like, I'm going to stand around. I was like, why did you come with me down the AC if you didn't want to, like, you know, play or play the casino or play or go to the arcade, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Because they have all the old school arcade machines. See, what I like about you, Simon, you got all those awesome slot machines in your house.
Thank you.
Which they're gonna be really heavy to get out of your house when you move.
Yep.
Because they weigh more than I do.
They weigh 250 pounds, and they're 50 pounds away from qualifying from a female at the heart attack realm. And also, thank you in the game. Thank you for the $2 super sticker. Woo!
This is gonna be. I guess I told people this is gonna be one of those epic streams because I've done some epic streams, and this is probably one of those epic streams. Here we go. Here we go. Read that, please.
All right, so I did. So all right, so sorry, J-Ro, that I nearly missed a comment. And also thank you to the moderators for pointing it out and catching my attention. You guys are really good whistleblowers in the chat. Visual whistleblowers. So J-Ro says, hi Simon, hi Juicy, Ross. You threw me under the bus.
Oh, there we go. Knock my power.
I commented on it. You replied with invasive, and then you turn off the comments. Thanks.
The reason I turn off the comments because a lot of people, well, I did throw J-Rail underneath the bus, and that was not right of me. Because after yesterday's stream, well, my stream was shit. His stream was a lot better than mine, even though, he said he was slotted out and he's gonna take a break, and I kind of contradicted it, and I wrote back that, I'm sorry, and I kind of said, well, I kind of put my foot in my mouth, like a Ross thing, where I would say something and all of a sudden then I would praise somebody and then I would knock them down. And I got to really stop doing that, especially with J-Real, because J-Real was my number one, my first mod. He was one of the first few people that actually came to my channel when I had nobody watching. And something, it's like maybe if somebody says something, maybe I should just listen and let it be. Because, that's how you get yourself in trouble. And then I turned my comments off because I was getting a lot of nasty comments. And after a while, you just can't take it anymore.
Mm.
So that's why I turned my comments off sometimes, because some of these nasty comments, there was a comment today that Ren Brooks, I've been dealing with this a-hole for a while. And he wrote a comment to Juicy saying, when Ross was at G2E, did he do anything nasty to Simon? I was like, and Juicy's like, no. Because I hung out with Simon for not even that long during the whole G2E Vegas time. We hung out very sparingly during Vegas this trip. But, excuse me, the last trip we hung out a little bit more. But this trip there was so many people there and so much going on. We really had no time, because there was just so much going on. It was like a whirlwind of there was so many people there, and so yeah, Ren Brooks and a couple other people have been after me for months, and so I know they were trying to stir me up because they knew I was gonna see the comment, or I do read my comments. I do have a stream. It's called Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down. Juicy gone bad. And you know what? It's horrible because I'm not gonna I don't hold back with what I say, even though I do hurt people's feelings, and I am an a-hole sometimes. Where's the whistle? So because you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's when I was Simon's age, right? I used to have my own radio show, right? So once I came across YouTube, I was like, we could do this videos and stuff. I was like, man, if I could have done this when I was Simon's age, man, when I was Simon's age, I didn't even have a cell phone. I had a car, but I had no cell phone. I didn't care about internet, all that stuff. I cared about driving around, my nice Pontiac Sunfire, which is a girl's car, and a Pontiac Sunfire SE. Worst car ever made.
But my parents had a Pontiac Sunfire, so I know what you're talking about. I actually learned to drive on a Pontiac Sunfire, so yeah.
It was after having an 87 Oldsmobile and a Pontiac Sunfire, it got hit by a deer. And then the reason I don't drive anymore, well, I'm not a good driver at all, but I got into a car accident when I was Simon's age. I hit a tractor one of those box trucks, and it went. And I'm lucky to be alive to tell these stories, because every story you hear, every story you actually hear that I say is actually true what happened. And until you live your life.
I got you, Ross, but you have to put that in a category of like when I was younger, you know, like when I was younger and when I was like 21 and right, I went through a traumatizing situation and the reason I don't drive, that's separate than, you know, something you would say now. Like I just won the grand, you know, like filming somebody else on a $9,000 fucking bags game.
You sort of
different. Yeah.
Oh, I've done that plenty of times. It's just like if I find something interesting and I know it's never gonna really happen to me, because it can happen to me, but it doesn't happen to me. Oh yeah, I'll film it. I don't care because it's like I find it interesting because as long as they say, you ask them, can I put this on my channel? As long as they say it's okay, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Me too. I don't see anything wrong with that, like filming other people, you know, like as long as you ask, you know, if you're just because look, when I'm in
sometimes
the game, when I'm IPG, homie, and someone's behind me and I can feel them lurking back there, like they don't know me. So I'm borderline ready to, you know, blow the whistle.
Sometimes they tell you go F yourself.
Exactly.
They tell you go F yourself, or if you're like doing a live stream and you're talking and they're like, who the hell are you talking to? Or why are you so loud, or why are you dancing? And the next person's like, leave that person the fuck alone. They're doing their thing, leave them alone. If you have a problem, you see the security, you're gonna get out the door. You don't mess with my squad. Cause you know something? You mess with the squad, you get the stick.
You mess with the squad, you get the Billy stick, yo. You get that heart attack, girl spanking.
Yep.
Yes.
That'd be pretty painful.
Are you gonna wear that? Are you gonna wear that outfit to Vegas?
You know, it's possible. I thought about it, but let me tell you, we are going to a professional event. My brother is playing in the Pro-Am golf tournament. I mean, I'm very proud of my brother. He is a celebrity club fitter. He customizes golf clubs for, and, you know, we're both out of control, but we both work in a very corporate environment, you know, but I will tell you, we're going there so I can support my brother for his golf tournament. So while he's golfing all day, I don't know what I'm going to get into. You know, I don't like, what would you do, Ross?
Well, I would bring Simon if I was you. I would clone Simon. You leave the clone at home to do Simon's work. Bring Simon with you, and see how many casinos you can get kicked out.
Yeah.
Like you did
I'm a very bad influence on Simon. I'm not going to even deny it, but we have such a great time when we're together. I mean, I'm a hot mess. She's a hot mess. Ross is a hot mess. We're all a fucking hot mess. I mean, but, you know, at the end of the day, like, I've learned to accept that, you know, and that's why, but I've had some of the best times ever with Simon. She lets me actually be free on her channel and say what I want to say and stuff like that. And I apologize in advance for all my, you know, bad behavior and stuff, but that's what I love her for. She's like, you know, you're fine, girl. She's like, it's okay. Because listen, Simon is a 21-year-old woman, right? Yes. I mean, I don't treat Simon like a 12-year-old. I treat her like a 21-year-old woman. And I'm like, let's go, girl.
I like that. I like the relationship you guys have together. I also like the relationship that Simon has with the jackpot crew.
Oh, with the big jackpot crew with Raja and Bob,
like family. They don't treat her like a fan. They treat her like a family. You know, like you know, it's really a cool thing. Like you know, it's like you forget. It's like okay, she knew all these guys before they started doing YouTube.
Yes.
So you know, they're family. You know, it's like if you knew people before they started something, and then they started something, and then you know, like you want everybody to be true to you, you know. So
Ross, once you learn that and once you understand that, I really believe that you're going to be all right. You know, listen, Jay Real's given you all this time. Bless his heart. I mean, Jay Real has been such a good friend to you, and he still's never given up on you, so to speak. Maybe he has temporarily, then he came back, and Easy has given you some of the greatest advice. You know, a lot of people give you this great advice. It's just, when are you going to finally say, F this shit, I'm going to take it on board? I can't tell you. Simon can't tell you. The 800 thumbs down can't tell you. It's like me, right? When I want to lose, 25 pounds, I've lost 20,
stuff,
but
it's a hard thing, because it's like, how do I get past all this slot drama?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, because like I said, I'm just an average viewer, but I've been in this slot community since 2015. I've watched shit evolve from slot monkeys on a Vegas forum from back in 2015. And the first slot channels I've ever watched was like Diana and Bonnie, the big payback. And then when SD guy used to hang with Diana and Bonnie on New Year's and go crazy. And I used to watch slot channels when I was stationed in the military in the Middle East, when I thought I was going to get my throat cut, because you're not allowed to watch any gambling forums when you're, so I was kind of thinking I mean, I went through some serious shit, but I think that the way that you are eventually going to be successful, Ross, and this is just me talking, right? And I know people have probably tried to forecast this to you in some facet, is when you decide to be your own person and do your own channel. You've let the Discord go, you've let the negativity go, you've just kept your channel, the people that chat, you handle your chat accordingly. When people are doing negative shit and you're like, oh, I can't block it because a moderator did it or some shit. Like, shut the F up, bro. You can block that shit. Like, really, when you start being true to the negativity and you start capitalizing on that, you will be I think you'll be a successful channel.
Well,
I really do.
When somebody was doing something wrong when I was going to Vegas, I totally
Oh, Scott,
put them on block mode for my channel, because I don't care what you look like or anything. You shouldn't shame somebody. You shouldn't fat shame somebody. Everybody should like a person for who they are, not what they look like.
Well, and I agree with that, Ross. When someone starts fat shaming you, or say you did this or did that, or when someone starts saying, oh, you didn't talk right, or you didn't say the right thing, or you talk too much, or you do this, that's when it's like, you know what, let them go. Just tell them to shut the F up, because when you lose 3 viewers, there's 10 that are coming right behind it. Do you see what I'm saying? When you start to be true to yourself, I mean, who gives a shit if you lose 3 viewers? I don't care if you lost Dirty Diana or somebody, I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out there. But even if you lost one of those viewers, there's 10 more coming behind you as soon as you start being true to yourself and your channel and your beliefs, I mean, I'm just, just giving that as an example,
well,
but
she was toxic to my channel. And I didn't listen for a long time, but she was toxic, and somebody shouldn't be toxic to. You shouldn't let somebody dictate how you're gonna run your channel or how you're gonna do stuff.
Even if
they give you stuff or whatever.
Listen, and look, aside from this, and Simon's gonna have to read this because I think it's so funny, like I'm dying, but we are a family here. The Big Jackpot has been my family since 2017. Do you know that I've known Simon since she's been almost 17 years old? Yes. I mean, and listen, I even give Simon shit. I mean, and I, like, Simon, blah, 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 a little tough love or whatever, but my love for her will never change. And quite honestly, like, if somebody was to, obviously, if we were in a physical presence, I will fuck someone up if they give her shit or shame her or whatever, I mean, and and like all of this started, like I said, because of the Big Jackpot. That's our history. My history is with the Big Jackpot and Scott and Brian and his crew. Like, I love them. Like, I mean, I don't even know what I would do after I left the military if I didn't have them. Their group, the people, like Scott gives us shit all the time, but we kind of like it. We take it on board and it's funny and we just keep moving. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I get emotional about it because it was real, like in our eyes, and we continue that notion. But at the end of the day, I can't change you. GQS can't. Lori can't. Jay Real, the guy that probably cares about you most, cannot change you. Easy. And at that time when he cared about you the most, he cannot change you. It's like GQS said, you can only change yourself. It's like me and my body. I work very hard for this shit. It's hard every day. It's 100 fucking degrees here in Florida. But I put my shoes on.
New York. It's like 50 degrees here.
But I'm just saying, though, none of us can change you, Ross, until the day that you're ready to change yourself. You know what I mean? Like we're just talking shit out of our face. We just wasting the breath. And I need all this lung capacity. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Simon, read that, girl.
All right, so just for comic relief, let's read Brian and Devil's Slots channel. All right, so here we go. Ross, I eat and fart a lot too. That is why my channel does not grow very fast anymore.
Ross picks his boogers, he eats his hair on his arms, he farts, he does everything, just like Brian at Denver. You guys would probably be besties.
Hey, you know
Ross,
what?
Can you do some mukbang for us?
Oh my God.
All right, so Santos is asking, is this an intervention?
Ross, what do you think? I mean, do you think this is probably more of an intervention? Because we do care about, I do believe that you're a great gambler. I know that you love the slot machines, and I know you do get it in the casinos. And I appreciate your feedback and your lives and all that. I do personally, and I'm just a viewer. I make $0 off social media. I don't make a red cent off social media. My life is arduous work, But
I mean, do I get pissed off with the machine? Yeah. Do I want to knock over the machine? Yeah.
Rizzo.
That's not the question, homie. Just like Marty last night. You didn't even acknowledge his story, which I could kick your ass over. But the question was, do you consider this like an intervention, or are you okay with our interview? Like you're having fun?
This is an intervention / interview / wine and dine, I guess, because you got the burger and drink.
Well, you haven't grown up yet, so it's not a wine and dine, I guess.
Once the drink come out, the party's gonna get very lit, and it's gonna be a combination of intervention, slot speak, party time, and wine and dine.
Why not? Oh my God, Simon! So, like Bingo King said, is that Bingo King? Oh, it's Bingo Johnson.
Johnny.
Bingo Johnson with the Johnson. So ask Ross the next question. And then I'm thinking like, oh my God, girl, I better wrap it up. I actually have to work tomorrow.
Oh, you FaceTime me later. We see who can fart the loudest.
Yes. Let's get together. Yes. You and BOD would be like the match made in heaven.
Oh, he's already got. They already got my big wristband. I gave them all one in Hard Rock in the last city.
Oh. Did you get to see him in Vegas?
I've seen him in Vegas. I've got the Roger. I got the Roger coins at home too.
Nice.
The first time I met them was my birthday, 2017. Yeah, first time I went to, yeah. So I've seen them a couple times, and I know they're going to be in Cincinnati.
Yes, this week.
Cincinnati.
Hey.
The Rogers will be in Cincinnati.
Oh.
That should be interesting.
It's
Monday and Tuesday
Ohio
in Cincinnati.
State Buckeyes. I love Buckeyes. I love to cook Buckeyes.
Go. Like boom, boom, boom.
Big booms incoming.
Big
so
boom.
it's time for our very last question of the night. It is for you. Oh, hey, FNN slots, and hey to everybody in chat. Sorry if I didn't get to say hi to everybody been a lot of people in the chat. And here's the last question for Ross. What do you wish people knew about you?
What do I wish people knew about me?
Yes.
Well, let's see. People know I'm an avid gamer. Slot machines are not my first love. I have a huge Funko Pop collection. I love cartoons.
Oh.
I have a very I have a very big imagination, so I'm always thinking about something. And I'm always trying to one up myself what I'm gonna do next, because as you know, being a creator, you're always working on stuff. Even when you're not streaming, you're always working on stuff. You're always putting up stuff. You're always trying to come up with stuff. And remember, Simon, you need to get an air fryer.
Yeah, I do.
You need to get an air fryer.
I need an air fryer, yes.
Air fryer, you can put hard-boiled eggs in the air fryer, 280 degrees, 12 minutes, no water needed.
You can put frozen chicken from CVS in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Ross.
I've done everything in the air fryer. Plus, I have a waffle maker that makes sandwiches and everything. So yeah, the air fryer is if you don't want to use your stove and you don't want to screw up your stove, because not everybody cleans their stove. It burnt cinnamon rolls. Yeah, the cinnamon rolls, and the only way you find out about stuff, you Google it, you look it up.
Read it out loud, Simon, if you're able. You read it, Ross. Read it, Ross.
What? Can we do a group fart before we go, please, Simon? I haven't had enough Burger King to fart. Burger King, I'm telling you, Burger King, McDonald's, all fast food will make you fart.
It does, really bad.
Because you know why? It's all processed.
Yes.
Anything that is healthy for you, because you don't eat garbage, do you?
Oh, I eat garbage, but I try to do like a good mix, so I'm not like on a hardcore diet. But now that my son is in California right now, he left me, so I'm all alone. He's cleaning up the oil spill in Huntington Beach in San Diego right now, so I'm like an empty nester. So but I'm definitely not cooking like pre-cooked noodles with broccoli and ricotta cheese in the air fryer, so I puke and shit, Ross. I mean,
oh, that's good.
That's disgusting.
That's good, man.
What did you do?
I fucked up. Up. Look, I listen to my people in my chat, right? They say get the thing for the lasagna pre-cooked, right? I was gonna buy the lasagna that was not pre-cooked, because what happened was the lasagna that is pre-cooked, like I put it in the air fryer, right, in the pan and all that stuff, and it didn't come out that great. If I would have put the lasagna that was not pre-cooked to boil and then let it cool off in water and then roll up everything else, it would have came out a lot better.
Okay. I don't understand the air fryer. I don't have one, so I do the laborious activities of such, but yeah.
You know what the air fryer is? The air fryer is for lazy people. But you know something? I like it because it's easy to clean. It's easy to clean, and if you and all the companies that are selling stuff, they're making it all air fryer compatible now. So I guess somebody's making money off it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was like a great invention,
That'd be a good cartoon. Ross screwing up the lasagna air fryer.
Yeah, Ross fucks up everything and just keeps moving.
And you see like when Ross opens up the lasagna from the air fryer, the lasagna comes to life and chews up Ross and spits him out.
Yeah, Simon has an important announcement to make, right? Maybe she read Super Squirrel's thing and then do like your outro so I can go. But an awesome YouTube channel tonight, going live from the Florida.
If you're in the mood for some slot play and just for some nice casino action, definitely go to the slot banks because they're going live at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And also, before we go, let's do our final group thought. Why not?
Okay.
All right, on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1.
You guys, thanks for your time. Simon, you are such an awesome professional slot speak interviewer, even with all the crap that you've been through from all these randoms that still watch Ross and everybody else because they obviously know what's going on. Like, you are a very gracious host, Simon. Thank you for having me. And Ross, I'm sure he has some final word.
Yes.
I would like to personally say sorry to everybody.
Okay.
The newly engaged GQS. Thank you, William. You're gonna make an honest woman out of her.
William. Oh my God, I love that.
To Glory Luckbox, that is like a sister to like a lot of everybody. To Simon, which is more than a sister to the people, more like more than anybody could ever know. To Easy and J Real for taking me under their wing and teaching me good and bad and the crazy stuff that we've done. And to Melly, that I need to really say sorry to because I fucked that thing up. Because I should have listened to a troll. So
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Listen to trolls. Like, just do your. It's okay to have trolls, but it's. Listen, one more thing. It's okay that there's a million trolls out there, and they're like, "Don't be friends with this guy. Don't be friends with this guy." Even it's okay to have separate friendships and relationships with people and be proud of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is okay to do that. I wouldn't be who I am. Like, after 24 years in the military, they're like, "Oh, we don't like that guy," but I'm friends with them. It's like, if you don't like that, then you're not my friend anyway. And I'm like, pound it, or KTT, kiss the tip. You know what I'm saying? Tell him to KTT, Ross, kiss the tip. But you have to do it from a good place.
So good before I went to Vegas. Okay, that's
you got to do it from a good place, homie.
Like this thumbnail was so good, Simon. I'm telling you, off the hook.
Yes.
With the naughty nurse and stuff, and me with the 1 to 4 boost. I'm telling you, if they ever get this new 1 to 4 boost in my casinos here, I'm probably gonna be addicted to that one too.
Aww. Harry is asking, is that Juicy?
Okay, one last whistle and Juicy is out. Like, thank you so much for the stream. Juicy's got to get to work. It was nice talking to you, Ross, and I like your apologies, but guess what? We have to see what the future holds, right? And I'm all about the future. We make a difference here, Thank you, Simon. I love you.
You're very welcome. All right.
Good job, homies.
See y'all. So I do want to thank everybody for watching and being here tonight. And I also want to thank everybody for all your questions in the chat. And also, Ross, I do want to thank you for coming up and being a Slot Speak guest. And also, Lori, Lori does have one last piece of advice. Mean what you say, which is so true.
Believe it or not, I knew when we were talking about this how hard of a decision it was, because I knew a lot of people were not for this, but I am very thankful to have a good have good friends, and I'm very thankful that you're a great person, Simon, that looks past people's problems and everybody that says you can't do something, you say no, I can do whatever I want. I will succeed.
Right. Thank you. And also, thank you, Robert Ferguson, for the $2 super chat. I do have to go now because dinner is ready. And
Enjoy.
Sorry.
Enjoy dinner.
I'll enjoy dinner. Also, Ross, definitely keep me posted on what you're cooking next because I might have to try that. So I hope everybody has a great night. And everybody, let's go to slot bands for some nice casino slot play. See you at the slot bands. Bye bye.
Bye.